Hi, my name's Diane and I would like to take you on a tour of our beautiful early childhood centre situated in the outskirts of the village of Crumlin in County Antrim. The first room I'm going to take you round is our Bambini room. This is where you might begin to see that we do things a little bit differently in our nursery. We are an All Ireland Centre of Excellence accredited nursery. We were also the first setting in Ireland to become Curiosity Approach accredited. We're inspired by not only the Reggio Emilia approach, but also the Curiosity Approach pedagogy. The next room is our Piccolo room, which is also a room for 0 to 2-year-olds. We have play platforms in every room where we bring play to life for children. Here, for example, you'll see that our theme was snowdrops. So as well as bringing snowdrops into the room and having a green and white theme, we will do things like this: project snowdrops onto the wall so children can explore them more in depth. Here we had a nature theme in the room. We played the sound of running water and projected these lovely photographs to give the children the ambience of being in the forest. Our display shows our theme of planting seeds. Rather than putting them in plastic pots, we put them in Polly Pockets so children can see both the roots and the shoots of the plants while they are growing. You will see we've very limited plastic in our settings, but we do use props such as cars, plastic animals and dolls, especially during story time, to bring things to life. Our next room is the beautiful Pulpetto room. Yes, another Italian name in keeping with our Reggio Emilia inspired influences. And if you can see through the windows, you will catch a glimpse of the beautiful fields which surround our nursery. We have very limited technology in our settings. No televisions, no play consoles, but the technology we do use, such as this digital microscope, is used in line with our ethos of discovery and wonder and awe in our settings. Another fun platform in our 2 to 3-year-old room. Our home corners are very true to life. We like to use proper pots and pans and authentic parts that you would find at home. We don't have any plastic kitchens in our settings. This is our version of a dinosaur land. Yes, again, you've guessed it, there's no plastic car mats or dinosaur mats or farm mats either. This is our version of a doll's house or a cabin or a log cabin or a tree house, really whatever the children want it to be. And as you can see in the background, we project photographs to give children inspiration. On another day, this exact same area is used as a dough station, and this is lavender dough we're using today. So we've got real lavender, we've got lavender in our dough, and we've projected lavender fields onto the walls. And the world around us doesn't need to be restricted to certain foods or dress up or dolls. We examine the world around us each and every day. We promote discovery, awe and wonder in every activity we do. This is our beautiful Passerotto room for 3 to 5-year-olds. Again, no one's home is the same. Whenever we look at homes, we try to make homes that are as individual to the people we're talking about or using the children's imagination. This is another beautiful, simple activity with many different learning outcomes. Stacking, sorting, smallest to largest, grouping into colours, how high can you stack, many different things from the beautiful activities that we carry out every day. And this is our very own natural version of Mr. Potato Head. We think it's more fun and true to life. Here we can see the magnificent engineering skills that the children have. They've created their own bridges, having taken influence from the photos projected onto the wall. We leave out play invitations or provocations to play. Again, the world around us and multicultural is very much in everything we do, not just restricted to the dress-up corner. Our activities and themes are hugely creative. The chance to discover and explore lots of things, like shadow, reflection, how you can use torches to project reflections onto the ceiling. This is our Malaguzzi room for 3 to 5 year olds, and in this room the children are usually out at school at some point during the day. When they come back in, we've taken out our traditional classroom tables and we've put in a dining room table, round tables and a coffee table. More often than not, we'll find the children sitting at the dining room table. After all, that's what they do at home. This is a very tranquil space for children to come back and relax after having been out at nursery school at some point during the day. Very much a home from home for the children. Our children get to use many other communal rooms within our nursery setting. This is our curiosity room, which is designed to be a sensory space for children within our setting. Rather than being a very bright, primary coloured or even plastic sensory room like most, this is an area of tranquility where children can discover, take time and relax in a beautiful, tranquil environment. There are even a couple of low-level chairs for children just to come in and read a book or simply sit and relax. In all of our room we have art ateliers, an area within our room that is designated for art and craft, but we're also very lucky to have our own art studio. Again, this is the corner of our art room, which is very tranquil, peaceful and creating a beautiful, quiet but creative environment for the children. We focus on process over product in Sleepy Hollow. You won't often see individual paintings up on walls, but rather photos or displays or books like these on the floor where we show photographs of children actually taking part in the activity rather than the end product. Much like our rooms, our displays are very creative and very meaningful. This was a display taken when the children had gone to take photographs of people and places that were important to them in the village of Crumlin. In this display board you will see that there aren't 12 identical pieces of art, but rather a story and a narrative of what children have been doing over a period of time in that room. We have sand and water areas both indoors and outdoors in our nursery. This one indoors, or wet room as it's known, is fully plumbed. This room is used primarily for playing, but also the important things like mark making. Other common areas, such as our hallways, are used to display lots of important information, but also we have a book lending library and a DVD lending library. We have a dining area, and the children, as you can see, use proper crockery in Sleepy Hollow. We set the table every day and we always have flowers or plants on the table. All of our snack times and lunch times are self-service, and it's a very important social aspect of our day. Again, this is our front hallway, and we always use a great emphasis of letting parents know exactly what themes we have going on in nursery. So as soon as you come through the door, you'll generally get to know that these are the themes that are happening right throughout our setting. And very much like in our rooms, we use these spaces to be creative and create a warm and welcoming environment for our families. Outside the front door, before you even come into nursery, you generally know what the themes are. And we make use of every single space available to us in Sleepy Hollow, even at times if it is the front hallway. This is our nappy changing area. We've individual toilets and a nappy changing area. We choose not to change children's nappies in their playrooms. And again, like in all of our rooms, we try not to make this overly clinical and make it a home from home for children. We've 3 beautiful outdoor spaces available to us in Sleepy Hollow. This herb garden doubles up wonderfully as a fairy garden, but also as a dino land. We have a very friendly next door neighbour who likes to come and play, Dennis our donkey. as well as, of course, Fergal or tortoise. And not forgetting the wonderful bugs and wildlife who come to live in our bug hotel. A traditional climbing frame and slide. Beautiful neighbouring outdoor gardens which we can use to play on. And in the good weather we enjoy nothing more than story time outside. We have a fun eau de parfum area where the children make all sorts of wonderful perfumes and aftershaves. An outdoor classroom area with our very own life-sized outdoor kitchen. A fun construction area which also houses an architect's office. And when we noticed the children use some of our crates to make rowboats, we sourced our own boat. Some days it's a fishing ship, some days it's a cruise liner, some days it's a speedboat. On other days it's simply a climbing frame or somewhere we go inside to have our snack. We have fairy gardens. We have outdoor art areas and mark making stations. A designated area for bird watching, where we get to look through the binoculars and identify all of the wonderful birds who come into our gardens at Sleepy Hollow. We make use of our outdoor space all year round in all weathers. Our best investment ever were these puddle suits and welly boots. Of course, along with our toddler bus, which enables us to get the younger children out into walks around our village and local areas every day. Our older children go on forest time each and every week. Some weeks we just walk and jump in the puddles. Other weeks we make hammocks, do bark rubbings or leaf rubbings. And our favourite activity of all is to make dens and tents. We very much believe in Sleepy Hollow that children learn by doing. Each year we go along to the Christmas tree farm and the children help us choose our Christmas tree. It's a fun trip as we get to visit the farm when we're there. The children always manage to choose just the right tree, and of course we're reassured by choosing this tree that there's another tree planted in its place. Decorating our tree is a very special time for all of the families in Sleepy Hollow. Each parent, as they come in or go out, help us decorate. We very much discover the community around us, whether that's going to get ingredients at the local shop, a visit to the bakery, to the butcher's, or our weekly trips to the library. The children get opportunities to discover the village and areas in which they live. We always place a huge emphasis on helping others in Sleepy Hollow. Each year we have annual charities that we support. We have one annual Superhero Day each year where we raise money for children in need along with our chosen charity of choice. We also enjoy multi-generational activities in Sleepy Hollow. Our most treasured is the Together Young and Old programme, where we visit both the nursing home and the fold. We enjoy going in for story and song time in particular, but we also enjoy the multi-generational projects when children and young people from local schools come in to help us, for example, with fundraising. Sometimes we like to share what we're doing with our intergenerational projects, and this is just an example of some of the wonderful plants that we decided to pot and send round. We also support one overseas charity each year, and generally it's past children who've attended with Sleepy Hollow who've gone on to secondary school and beyond, who are involved in outreach projects throughout the world. This is one project that we helped support in Kenya. This is another in the hills of the Himalayas in India. We were able to send over clothes, toys, craft materials and more. When children generally leave our early childhood centre at the end of their nursery school year or the July before they go into primary 1, they usually join our summer camp activity in the neighbouring Crumlin Integrated Primary School. We have weekly themes, fun visits, and it becomes a more youth and school-age childcare focus. Not forgetting all the wonderful partnerships we make with our parents and clients and grandparents indeed at Sleepy Hollow. We try to have many different get-togethers throughout the year to allow parents the opportunity to meet each other. After all, many of these children will become lifelong friends from the time that they have spent in Sleepy Hollow. We like to celebrate all of those special days throughout the year, including Mother's Day and Father's Day, of course, by having treats in the hall for parents to have on their way in or when leaving our settings. Creating beautiful and welcome environments is very important to our curriculum in Sleepy Hollow, and likewise when we're hosting staff evenings or learning activities after hours for staff, we also want to extend that creative environment for the staff after hours. At Sleepy Hollow, we pride ourselves for not only advocating for children and young people, but also for our wider sector and for working parents. We therefore choose to be involved with many committees and organisations outside of normal working hours. We operate a waiting list for all of our rooms. Please ensure to book early so you're not disappointed. Contact details are on the next slide.